Welcome, everyone, to 16K and a Sloth! Oh man, we're running D&D with a Sloth today. I am your DM, Ivan Van Norman, and I have players here, but who cares about them? There's a Sloth! Hi, Sid. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Sid.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Oh man. So if you're just joining us right now, welcome. We've been promising this to you for a while, and we've been leading into what does it mean to have 16K and a Sloth. Well, what it means is that we have a Sloth here, who you may have saw earlier. But more importantly, we're going to run a... Oh my god, look at that face.
I'm very distracted.
It's so distracting. Hi, Sid.
Oh, he's
scratch
scratching his
it.
butt. He's scratching his butt.
He's just like us.
He's got a butt itch.
We're going to be playing a fun little mini session with Sid here, or as he's going to be known today, is Siddhartha, the human monk. And you probably know our other players. They're wonderful, and they're amazing, and they're talented, and they all get to play and hang out with Siddhartha today. So, would you like to introduce yourself and your characters anyway, since I think we need to get right into this.
Oh, and also we have this t-shirt.
Oh, yes.
Special edition t-shirt, which with every sale of this, $1 is going to go to the Wildlife Learning Center, which is where Sid lives. I actually did a vlog episode at the Wildlife Learning Center, and there are a lot of amazing animals there, and they do a great rehabilitation work and animal rescue. So if you're in the LA area, go and visit them. And if you would like one of these awesome shirts, they are for sale currently, and donations will be going to the Wildlife Learning Center.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you to the Wildlife Learning Center for
Yes.
letting Sid play with us.
Yeah.
So support, animal learning.
Hashtag Sloth and Sundry.
Hashtag Sloth and Sundry. Cool, okay. Yes, well then let us begin, first and foremost, by introducing you to the city of Hibiskia. Hibiskia has currently been under siege for weeks, and sadly the forces of evil have been barraging against its walls for time after time, and only recently at this morning dawn has the walls been broken down, and it was awoken from a tremendous booming as all the masses currently are seeking refuge inside of the fort. This siege has left the citizens both with starvation and strife as the forces of the evil god Ushnux has been laying siege as Siddhartha, the ever-flowing and benevolent avatar of the opposing god Bisto, has been fighting an ever-temulous battle against the forces of evil. Though all the citizens are not accounted for, fear mingles with the wary. But all know that there is great comfort knowing that amongst them all is their spiritual leader, Siddhartha, who is the avatar of Bisto. The dense forests that once protected the city walls are now teeming with foes, making the city into a wrecking havoc. Now, as midday approaches, the city has been broken and the sun is desperately trying to push through the overcast as the skies are painfully bright and dreary. Siddhartha's wise face looks upon our adventuring party, and he asks you to protect him and, as a result, his people. In order to save this fair town, they must leave the protection of the castle walls and travel to the Temple of Bisto in order for Siddhartha to rise and become the avatar of Bisto. Welcome. Shall we begin? You start in the middle of the receiving ground with Siddhartha, and he has bespoken to you his wise and valiant quest. You know that outside is teeming with the forces of evil. What would you like to do?
I would like to put on my pants.
Your pants? And what are your pants?
My pants are
Babette.
magical. I have magic pants.
Okay. And those magic pants bestow you?
I can, it makes me jump. I've got the ups
The ups?
with the magical pants.
And the Babette, how do you find yourself in the court of Siddhartha, the avatar of Bisto, today?
Well, I was an orphan, and then I was a harlot, and then I was a paladin.
That's a great combination.
Yes,
So-
and I'm here because there is nothing else to be doing right now. for me to lay my hands on.
All right, excellent. So, who else do we have joining us today?
I'm Oren Tarantel. I am a halfling, warlock. I tend to Siddhartha's gardens where he lives mostly. This is my pet pseudo-dragon, Mud.
Mud. How is Mud? What type of pseudo-dragon is he? Is he a wyvern, a drake?
He's a small drake.
He's a small drake,
He's very cuddly.
as dragons are.
He's a bit dirty, though. We both are covered in muck. If you're familiar with the mythical figure of Pigpen, you'll have an idea
Of what we're dealing with.
what you're dealing
You're
with.
very stinky.
A little bit.
You smell
One would
bad.
say that you have a cloud amongst you.
I don't really like most people, so it works out well.
Got it. And dwarf.
Hello, I'm Osmond Goodday. I've been traveling the wastelands for many years, helping people where I can, making friends, having adventures, and then always walking off into the sunset. I'm here to help our good Lord on his day of most desperate need with my trusty stick that is stick-like and mostly a stick, and my magic sling, which is very sling-like.
And mostly a sling.
And mostly a sling. I'm very hairy and very dusty because I mostly walk off into the sunset.
You are both very stinky.
We have two dusty short men and Babette.
I smell of sandalwood and labor.
A little bit like feces too, but it's cool.
Light feces.
Feces
And
like-
of course, the benevolent and wise and ever-facing Siddhartha, who is the token of this adventure.
Oh, my bad. Did we start playing already? Okay, cool. Hibiskia. Got it. That's the name of the place. Good to go. Let's do it. Sorry, I've just been munching on sweet potatoes all day. They're so good. Excited to be here. Thanks, Geek and Sundry. I'm a sloth.
All right.
Very charismatic leader. We are following because of his charisma.
Absolutely. Get a load of this. My people, listen to me. I am wise. I'm a monk. I'm a sloth too. Pretty good, right?
My heart a flutter.
I feel it.
Eat your heart out, Mel Gibson and Braveheart.
So adventures. The temple is not very far. However, with the city currently besieged as it is rife with enemies and obstacles that are laying waste in front of all of you. How would you like to begin your epic journey? You've all been packed. There is very little resources left in the castle because of the weeks and weeks of besieging has been happened. Siddhartha has only recently come out of meditation and has told you what needs to be done in order for this evil to be passed. So, yes.
I have a backpack full of sweet potatoes.
A backpack full of sweet potatoes,
Right.
which should probably keep Siddhartha moving.
Exactly.
Right.
Are you ready to go, buddy?
Absolutely. Did somebody say backpack full of sweet potatoes? Let me just finish this one and then 8 more and then we'll go.
Your Majesty, I think it would be good if we will head on our way. It is very urgent that we turn you into the god that you will be.
Urgent? Say no more. I better bump it up to turbo. Here we go.
Oh,
Let me just take a nap real quick. No? Okay. Thanks, Matt.
You're
Hold my butt, Matt.
Leading the way? Is there a secret passage we could take?
Yes. Let me confer with my monkeyness. Let's see. Oh,
we are
man.
waiting with bated breath.
What is this, an apple? Oh, these are the best. Have you guys had apples? Oh, man. Nothing better than an apple and laying your head on the back of a table. It's great. Oh, okay, right.
You
Dungeons
do know,
and Dragons,
Siddhartha,
yeah.
you do know that there is a secret passage leading outside of the city if you don't want to go through the front gates. So you could probably make your way into the main courtyard outside of the gate before it starts getting a little too hairy. But you also never know what you might encounter in the sewers as well.
Well, it is very hairy considering this guy, so we are stuck with that.
Right.
But I suggest we proceed to the sewers.
Proceed to the sewers.
As we go, I pull out sort of a burlap baby Bjorn, and I attach it to the feet of Mud, so that Mud can carry our fearless leader. Because he
Okay.
looks a little tired, and I don't want him to strain himself too hard. Mud, go.
Right.
Ha ha ha. Very hairy. That's a good one. Good one. 'Cause he's a dwarf.
His humor is bowling me over. It is easy to forget that there are people dying outside.
So you begin going to the under rooms of the sewer leading from the fort, and there are several barred entries that lead into the sewers because they know that troglodytes and other weird, unsightly creatures often try to find their way into the castle, and it is, of course, held with guards, knowing that the minions of Ushnooks could burst through at any moment to rain terror upon the inside of the fort. So you are met with two guards of Bisto who have flowing kind of centurion-style helmets, and both carry eloquent pikes of mithril. And they stand guard, and they stop you until they see that Siddhartha has joined you, and then they immediately bow reverently and pass, and one of them preps the locking gate, and is waiting for a nod from Siddhartha to open.
I'll nod. Just give me a second. Hang on. That counts, right? That's pretty good.
Okay, and lifting the gate up, and the door swings open,
Such majesty.
and you feel as a warm gust of benign, stale air wafts over you,
Ugh.
and the smell of decay and downright filth comes across your nose, and the sewers smell pretty bad too.
It
Doesn't
smells
bother me at all.
Of course it does
Fine.
not.
I cast light on all of Siddhartha's apples and sweet potatoes.
Okay, great. So a emanating light comes from all of the sweet treats and fruits as you proceed your way down into the
I
sewers.
cast divine health on myself so I do not get the tetanus or any kind of vaginal infection.
Okay.
Okay?
So your vagina has been protected from infection,
Thank you.
and you begin your trek into the midst of the dungeon. So let's make some navigation checks.
When you travel with me, Babette, your vagina will always be safe.
Thank you so much, dear Lord.
You're welcome.
Your benevolence is a testament to your majesty. Whatever that meant.
One thing I love as much as sweet potatoes and apples, it's protecting vaginas.
Thank you. Your equal opportunity avatardom is noted and why I am so loyal to your majesty.
So in this circumstances, so that you guys don't get lost inside of there, I'm just going to want to hear about some intelligence. Siddhartha will be able to, if you have a skill that supports it. I believe I don't know if I gave you a regional thing, but let's just go with wisdom checks at the moment.
He's so good with women.
Yes, he is. He's a petit torpeur. If I did not have magic pants, they would be off me right now.
Slowly.
I wish I could be like him.
Oh, this is a horrible hole.
What'd you say? Wisdom?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Ha!
21.
What?
21?
Oh, you're very wise.
A little bit.
Excellent.
I have no wisdom whatsoever. We should go upstairs again.
17.
How does Siddhartha do?
What does Siddhartha have to roll?
Siddhartha has to roll wisdom. So it's a wisdom. There's a wisdom modifier.
Yep.
That's in where.
Roundest one.
Yeah, it's just there you go.
Is it plus one or do I
Plus one plus your roll. Yes.
14.
14. All right. So Orem, you being familiar with the Undercity a little bit,
That's where I live.
I was gonna
I
say,
can smell that.
Yeah.
I don't know if whether this is your current home or your past home, you know it well. Preferably, you can also determine the difference between it being very stinky and just a little bit stinkier, a little bit stinky less in certain directions. So you were able to continue to get through portions of the Undercity without getting lost. And
I recognize that pile of shit
Oh,
there.
But about this one over
What's
here.
his name?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, something.
Turn left at every heap of crap that you see.
well.
And we'll make it through.
Let's have. Oh, never mind. Okay, so as you guys are starting to move forward, you start to hear the sounds of sloshing as water is currently being.
I will cast Divine Sense. I will cast Divine Sense to see if there are undead amongst us.
You want to see if there's undead amongst you?
Yes, I will do this.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything reactive?
I'm casting invisibility.
Invisibility? Great. So, Babette,
Yes,
you do not sense any undead presently in the area.
There are no undead in the area.
Okay. Oh, you start to hear
Wow.
as the splashing erupts, and you hear like someone shuffling their footsteps, as echoes from the splashing water kind of is erupting around the different parts of the area.
Guys, I think there's something up.
Get ready, they're in the walls.
They're in the walls. It is ahead of you in a bend that is leading. There's both. There's basically a quad intersection.
Yes.
Inside of the sewers, and you can't see, except for you, dwarves.
Except I can see because I
Right, with some dark vision. You don't
Dark
see
vision.
anything ahead of you, but you do hear the sounds of the splashing to your left, and it sounds like after Babette declared that there was no undead in the area, it sounds like that the splashing is now getting closer to you.
I'll sneak up ahead and see if I can see anything.
All right.
I peek around the corner.
You peek around the corner and watch as a raking claw grasps itself around the corner and strikes down the side of the stonework, sending sparks flying inside of the corridor as you see a blubbering pile of fleshy mass purse itself around the corner. It's about 4 feet tall.
Mom?
So your height. And you watch as it has a large distending jaw as as it shakes its jaw back and forth, and pustules are coming out from its chest as it's attempting to claw at you.
Oh, I gust of wind at it to push it away. It's awful.
All right,
It's
all right.
awful.
And gust of wind. So how about what's everyone? We're all rolling initiative now.
Oh my gosh!
Well,
Yes.
invisibility at my level is good for 2 individuals, so I've made my slothy
Siddhartha as well.
and I disappear.
Okay, so both Siddhartha and Orin evaporate.
It is okay, I don't need this, I have magic pants. Is
Which you want to activate, Babette?
Oh yes, I would like to activate this.
You want to activate the jumping pants in the
Absolutely.
sewers? Absolutely.
Matching that.
All right.
Snap of the elastic.
Jump is activated.
There's like a light show on him.
Remind me how much gust of wind pushes.
Gust of wind pushes strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away from you in the direction.
Okay, so it has a strength saving throw. And how far does it get pushed if it doesn't?
Your creature in line must spend 2 feet of movement for every 1 foot one moving. Also, there's 2 feet of movement for every 1 foot moving closer to you.
So 2 feet, 5 feet?
I'm trying to.
Not at all. If it is saving
If
throw,
saves,
it's fine.
right. So what's your DC?
My DC is 12.
12. Okay. So you reactively push the gust of wind, and you can hear as the creature gurgles as it like kind of rolls onto its back and splashes, but it tumbles into a way where it's back only into a crouching position, getting ready to get back up. And that's when you notice 4 other stumbling creatures that also seem to be coming behind, and you can see their glittering silver eyelets starting to peer through the darkness of the corridor.
Be very, very quiet. Push back into the shit like Schwarzenegger.
So what's our initiatives, everybody?
Get a 19.
A 19?
Damn. 17?
19 for Babette, 17 for Orem,
12.
17,
11.
11 for Osmond.
Hey, that is a cute animal right there, is what that is.
Great. Then my creatures are going to go last. Okay, great. So let's start off with Babette. Your pants have been activated, my lady.
Okay, so am I close to one of these glob things?
Well, you saw Osmond, basically, you saw the sparks as he raked across, and you watched him push as a gust of wind whoosh, lift across the corridor. But you actually haven't seen these creatures yet. You just saw Osmond react.
Okay, I will activate the Shield of Faith.
Shield of Faith.
Yes.
Okay.
I will
So you
have
pop
plus
Shield
2
of
to my
Faith.
AC.
All right. Boop. What does your Shield of Faith look like?
It is it looks like a flat disco ball. It's very sparkly. It emulates my pants, which are sequined.
Sequined.
So I'm very bright. I'm like a it's like a party in here now.
Okay, great party in the sewers.
Well,
How about both Aurum and Siddhartha?
I'm going to hold my turn, and if anything comes at Fuzzy Wuzzy, I'm going to blast them with Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Great. Okay. And Siddhartha?
First of all, thank you, Aurum. That's nice of you. Thanks. I want to attack real hard.
Okay. Attack real hard.
My martial arts prowess.
Okay.
Just do a basic attack. Maybe
All right.
I'll spend some key points after. We'll see.
All right. So do you want to come around the corner and approach the one that's currently engaging or almost engaged with Osmond?
I'm already there.
He's already.
oh goodness, he is so fast.
He's
All
so
right.
fast and slow.
You watch as the splashing of the water that you guys are trudging through go as nothing else is there, but just little diplets of water lift up into the air as these creatures continue to cry and wind their way through the tunnel. And Siddhartha passes. You feel a gust of wind right past you, Osmond, in the same direction you thought maybe you casted Gust of Wind twice. But no, it was Siddhartha coming right by you. And Siddhartha, why don't you make your basic attack? Or are you gonna do a flurry of blow?
I think Flurry of Blows works immediately after I take an attack action.
Right.
Where I'll spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action. I want to do just a straight attack first.
Great, go for it.
Okay. 21? Is that right? 21.
Right. With so
Gosh, such a
you hit.
Yeah.
Feel free to roll damage.
Okay.
Or what is the damage on him? I actually think it's just base plus 6. I think he just has flat damage.
I think so, yeah. Yes.
Okay. So what's the total?
What do I roll for damage? I roll 6
What
D6s?
does it say on it? I believe it just is 1d1 plus 6 for monks. So you're literally just getting 6.
11.
Well, I think you just get plus 6 to 1d1 literally just means
Oh,
so 6 points.
it's 1 plus 6 so for I think a total of 7.
so 7.
So please correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. So you impact right into the center of this lesser demon of Ushnuk's. As you watch as it like ripples, its blubber plusses through. Did you want to make additional attacks?
Can I tell? Yeah, I want to just check on the status of this lesser demon.
It, as it like looked like it was attempting to vomit up whatever it had inside of its stomach.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't seem to have gone down. In fact, if anything, it stumbles back and attempts to make like a forward lunge as it goes towards you again.
I'll spend a key point and do Flurry of Blows.
Okay. Normally it's one action, but go ahead. You made the basic attack and go for it. So two roll twice and let's see if
He's
both
almost
hit.
a god.
He's almost a god.
He hits every time.
I rolled an 8 each time, and then I think it's plus 6, so I got 16 for each.
Okay. Both hit, so another 7 each. So you
That's
did enough
bad.
to almost. Well, why don't you describe to me how you take down this lesser demon of Ushnuk's, lesser fiend,
Well,
in
I have-
one round?
I abhor violence, but when I have to do it, if something stands between me and sweet potatoes, or napping, then it must die. So, I reached out my adorable claw, and then I punched right through his heart, And then he tried to strike at me again. And then I used my other claw. And I'm so fast that I punched through his heart again.
It's amazing.
You watch as it crumbles down to the ground, and it almost evaporates into muck. Like it went from a solid form to a liquid in mere moments as it splashes and adds to the pool of sewery goo that is below you. You watch as the other three start to move forward and stumble into range. So yes, back up to the top. Let's start with Babette again.
Okay, I'm going to.
Or Osmond, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I missed
sorry.
Osmond.
Hold on.
Okay, that's very good. This needs to happen. I'm going to take a moment, just in sheer awe of what has just happened. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire,
Okay.
so that he has the glow from the martial arts masters of the classic
Okay.
70s show. So he's glowing bright yellow with his energy and chi. And now also the other creatures are visible because they're in the Fairy Fire.
Okay, so you're lighting all the other creatures as well.
Lighting
too.
everything up in a big
Yellow.
My
multicolored
pants look
LED.
so good right now.
Your pants are
Thank you.
are changing colors with the music.
Lights are dancing
Yes.
from everything. Okay, awesome. So you watch as the other three creatures are illuminated by the yellow fire as Siddhartha is bathed in that same glowing light. You watch as the creatures in a momentary fit of confusion look at the fire around them and startled, but they continue to move forward. One is 10 feet away, one is 5 feet away, and one is 5 feet away. So 5, 5, 10.
Okay.
So now we go back to Babette.
Okay, so I will stand heroically in front of my party mate, who is
Yes.
so hairy, and I will attack with my warhammer.
All right.
Also, I will use divine smite.
Divine Smite.
At the same time, I believe it's extra 1d8 for each spell level. So
Awesome.
extra. So I will use spell level 2,
Great.
and this will be 2d8 extra.
2d8.
2d extra on top of my warhammer, which is 1d8.
So 3d8.
3d8 plus 2 plus yes 2.
All right.
3d8.
So make your strike against him.
My pants. Oh,
All together.
17. This is good.
That's all right. That definitely hits.
Okay, and I do the damage, which will be 13.
13
And
total.
it is radiant damage. The extra divine smite is radiant.
It's radiant.
So it's like glowing from the inside, like a glow stick.
All right.
Okay.
Well, in that circumstances, why don't you describe to us how you took down him with a radiant strike, a single strike with your warhammer?
Oh my gosh, I thrust my warhammer inside of him, and he
Yes.
went ooh. And then inside he he lit up, kind of like, and he started pulsing like a dead mouse head, you know, like the dead mouse,
Like a dead
the
mouse.
master of the music.
I see.
It's
I see.
about he's a bard in this world. He is very very talented, and so he starts to undulate, and then he explodes in sort of like a you can't do that on television, sort of slime experience. Yes.
Excellent. All right. The gore of the lesser fiend is splattered all across the side of the walls as both Osmond and Babette leapfrog their attacks ahead of each other. Osmond, you feel the wet of
Oh, I don't know.
as we move to Orem.
I'm going to cast from the rear Minor Illusion on Siddhartha to make him look like a cell-shaded Ed Hardy tattoo, wreathed in flame, skulls spinning to the left and right just to bump up his intimidation
He's
factor.
loving it. He's loving it. Look at this.
All right, you cast it, and you notice as the amazingly stylized version of Siddhartha emerges, as now he looks like something that you would probably spend $60 at a mall for, and
Nice.
you watch as the fiends, infuriated by the trendiness of it all, continue to just stumble forward, and it is an appalling betrayal to Ushnooks, the tasty god, and they come on with more fervor than before.
I love it when a plan comes together.
So one is still 5 feet away from you, Babette, so they're going to strike at you.
Oh goodness.
Let's see how we do. How's an 11 look against your AC?
I have an AC of 20, so it is nothing. It's
AC of 20?
nothing.
Giving you an AC of 20.
Right.
Okay. Yes, it doesn't go through at all.
I'm very, very firm.
All right. So it swipes at you and only gets thin air.
Ain't no thing.
Ain't no thing.
Ain't no thing.
And as we move down to Siddhartha.
I look so douchey. It's awesome. It's so cool. Well, I'm gonna use, well, I'm level 5, so I don't have purity of body.
No,
Yet.
you are.
But what?
You are level 10, sir.
What?
You are a level 10 monk.
Oh.
OP.
He's so OP.
Oh.
He is the OP.
Oh, I want to use open hand technique.
Okay.
I love this technique.
Yeah, I definitely
Open
want to
claw.
use that. Open claw technique,
Okay.
yeah. That means I can manipulate an enemy's ki when I'm harnessing my own.
Wow.
Whenever I hit a creature with one of these attacks, after I hit them with flurry of blows, I can impose one of the following effects. It must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone.
Right.
Just make a strength saving throw. If it fails, you can push it up to 15 feet away from you.
So-
or it can't take reactions until the end of your next turn.
So first you have to hit it, and then you can utilize your key and synchronize it with the glorious powers of Bestow.
Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Should I slow it down for everyone? I'll slow it down for you guys. I'll just do a basic attack. Kind of sleepy.
All right.
Back in it.
Strike one of the lesser fiends.
You can't see, but only one of my eyes is open. Real cute. It's real cute.
All right, Siddhartha.
And I'm just gonna attack while napping. Okay. I'm a monk. I can do that.
Your sleepy open claw technique is impressive.
20.
Right. You hit. You hit, absolutely. You basically make another strike at the lesser fiend, and you watch as it stumbles back from your open claw technique, as it basically walked right into your head. Like you started the strike early, and then by the time it reached you is when it made its connection.
I knew it would be there.
Exactly. As it stumbles to the side and as it smacks against one of the stone walls of the sewer. All right.
Ouch.
Okay. Moving on to Oswald.
Wait, I got a good joke for that one. Looks like he got stoned.
Well,
Oh my gosh. This is so amusing.
Yep. Cool.
great. So now it goes to Osmond.
Okay, now that the scene is lit up, I'm going to reach down into the sewer and find something hard.
Okay.
I don't know what. I'm not looking at it. And I'm going to put it in my sling.
All right.
And I'm going to whirl it around my head. There's going to be some splashback. I apologize. It might have been a splashback.
Put it on me.
He loves
I'm going
it.
to tie-dye you.
He's loving it.
And I'm going to hit the creature furthest in the back with
There
from the
was a
sling.
dick bone. You threw a dick bone.
Through the dick bone.
Oh, how funny. You picked up a dick bone.
Is that
All right.
French term?
No, it's a bone in your dick.
It's the dick bone.
Oh,
That's how that works. You did not know that?
it's an actual bone.
There's an actual bone in there.
I've never looked inside.
It's kind of like a lizard tail. It has a lot of little knuckles.
So you sling the dick bone
I sling the dick bone.
at the very back.
At the far back, I'm going to get that dick bone going as far as it can go.
Great. Okay. Then make a ranged attack.
Okay.
That dick bone's got some reach.
Using my ring.
Oh.
Oh, yes, my critical roll ring. That's 17.
17. All right. It strikes. Roll. Feel free to
Rolling for damage.
see how the dick bone does damage-wise.
The dick bone does 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
This is the back one, right?
Yep, I slapped it with the flying dick bone.
All right. And it's a magical sling, so it's actually, I believe, magic damage.
It just says 6 points of bludgeoning.
Okay, so you watch as it smacks one of the lesser fiends of Ushnooks as you watch as the dick bone lodges out from the back of its head. It basically passes through the fleshy skull of the creature as it shakes its head and continues to lunge towards you on all fours. It's going to make a strike at both Siddhartha and the other one will strike Babette.
Good met me, bro.
How is a 22 against Babette?
Well, my AC is 20, so.
So it went through.
Ouchie.
And it's
Do not touch the pants.
Do not touch the pants. It's going to strike you. Ooh, it's going to strike you for 7.
Oh, this hurts.
Okay. So you watch as it stumbles towards you, and after taking an impact and sliding against the side of the wall, it stumbles back and it takes a wild swipe towards you, and you can. Exactly. And how is a 14 sound against Siddhartha?
My armor class is 14.
So it just barely hits.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. And it's also going to do 6 damage against Siddhartha.
Ooh, ow. Where were you guys? I'm napping. Come on, help me out.
So despite it being slapped aside, the one that took the damage from the dick bone curled up, lumbered forth on all fours, and basically barreled into Siddhartha in the midst of his immensely spiritual nap.
Gaining my key points.
Back to the top, Babette.
Oh, no, it's first. You are first, Osmond?
Osmond, you just
No,
win.
I just went.
Oh,
It's
you
not
just
the
went.
top.
Babette, it's
Oh
now to
goodness.
you again.
Okay, so I will just do a bludgeoning attack against the one who is closest to me.
Great. Go for it.
So, this it is what do I add to that?
It's the war with the
The
Warhammer?
plus 5, yes. 18.
18. Great. So
Okay.
absolutely hits.
So that would be 7 points of damage with my warhammer.
One more time.
7
7.
points of damage.
That will absolutely destroy it.
Oh, goody!
So why don't you tell me how it goes out?
So the warhammer, he flattens him and he does not explode. He just turns into a pancake. And then I spit on him.
Spit. All right. Spit and done. It all again evaporates into goo as it continues to fall down. Now there is only the one that is engaging Siddhartha at the moment, and that goes to Aurum now.
I'm still in the rear, so I'm going to walk up behind Babette, and I'm so short. And she's still poised from her attack that I'm just going to lean down and go poof, and release Eldritch Blast from beneath her towards the foe fighting Siddhartha.
Okay.
At my level, I can do 2 bolts of Eldritch Blast.
Great.
And that'll be, here we go. 14 and 10.
14 and 10.
Yeah.
So looks like, you know what? Both hit.
Oh.
They're pretty slow and dumb and cumbersome.
So I take the 10-sided die, and I'll do this. And I get to add, 10 plus I have the Agonizing Blast Invocation, so I add my Charisma modifier.
Boom.
So 14 for the first and 11 for the second.
You wrecked it. Absolutely decimated with Eldritch fire. You watch as it waves over them and it just bursts like he was made of kerosene and just erupts into flame, and the ashes flutter into the wind as you cough a little bit from the smoke inhalation.
Surprise.
As it fades into nothing. So you pretty much cleared this area. Congratulations. You defeated some of the lesser fiends of Ushnooks. So I'm assuming you're going to continue blazing trails to get to the edge of the temple.
Yes, I have my gag reflex is good, but not that good, so we need to get out of here because this stinks. Okay.
Great.
I'm going to retrieve my dick bone on the way out. I feel that this will come in handy later.
Oh,
You
it
have
is
to
a souvenir dick bone.
Yes, they will tell stories of this dick bone.
Okay.
It's a thing of legend.
Ballads the bards will sing of it.
You have to slush through the mud a little bit, but you find the
That's
death
fine.
bone.
It's worth every moment.
All right,
My lord,
great.
You seem tired. Do you need to rest?
Surprise! That was a good one. Ha 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 ha. I like that. From, a few minutes ago? Good one, Horum. No, I'm fine. Let's keep going. What is this, a cucumber? I'm good to go.
Great. So you guys move forward through the sewers, and Orem, through your knowledge of the sewers on the inside, you basically get as far as you think you can get to the temple, or as close as you can get to the temple without that you can still maneuver and navigate. All right. So the ladder that ascends to the streets above awaits you. And do you want to? Is there anything particular you want to do when it comes to going into the outside world?
Well,
Or do you,
yes.
Is it gated? Is it shut up top or?
It's shut. It has a classic like open grating because it's an open sewer.
Okay, hold on. I sit down on the ground and mud skitters up on my shoulder. And I say, "Mud, go check it out." And my eyes glass over and go white, and mud flies up, and I'm seeing through Mud's eyes as he skitters up, and he's got claws like this guy. He gets the latch open and sticks his head out and looks around.
He's actually so big that, or so small that he can go through the grate as well too. So you watch as he lifts up, and thank you, and you can hear as the sound of battle is emanating around you, and there are shadow demons who are currently like rallying up citizens, and they're chasing them through alleyways, and it's just a tumultuous, chaos-infested zone, and you can see. Actually, not very far away, just but a 200-foot dash is the temple.
Okay, I think maybe you could make you and Zilata invisible and go into the temple so no one can stop. And we will bring up the rear.
Bring up the rear.
Yes,
Great.
we'll be inside the rear.
Inside the rear.
Oui.
All of us.
Oui.
Yes.
All right. So is that the plan?
Inside the rear.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
So
can you do
pop
invisibility
invisibility?
thing like
I can
this?
do pass without a trace, is what I can.
Oh, remind me, pass without a trace.
It's considering I hear it get cast every week. You'd think I know, but I have.
It seems like maybe when you pass through something, you will not leave traces.
It's
I'm just trying to find out if it makes you incorporeal or not.
Just you color it in without leaving the lines. There's no trace.
Well, you both pop. Got it. You both pop you invisibility. So both you and Siddhartha are completely invisible.
It's advantage on plus 10 to stealth checks.
Stealth checks. Great. All right. So the gate is as it falls under the ground, and you can hear screaming as people are running to their left and to their right, and you can hear as shadow demons and watch as shadows from the shadow demons pass overhead, and you can hear the of the creatures as they are continuing to terrorize the city. But everyone is so distracted by the chaos that it seems to be a pretty clear run if you two can make all due haste.
My lord, we need to run fast.
Oh,
Can you do it? Here we go. On three, 1, 2, 3, go, or on the 3?
Yes, I can do it. Let's do it. Fast. You got it. Here we go. 3, 2,
On you, buddy.
Is it on the one or on the
2.
go?
I pick him up and I just start. It's kind of clunky, but I just start booking it for the temple.
Okay, you start booking it for the temple, and you get halfway there, and nothing's around. You hear the screeches, and you see as a couple of shadow demons dive for you, and you can feel the clasping of claws.
Oh, I wish you didn't eat so many sweet potatoes.
Okay, so wait, I activate my pants and I go jumping around like a flea. Hello, 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 hello.
You're gonna distract. You're gonna try to distract him.
And yes, yeah, wait.
Okay. Let me make something for that, just to make sure. Okay, you can hear as several of the demons who have dived and started dashing for Siddhartha as they made their pass up. Let's actually have you make a quick dexterity. I want to see to make sure if you take anything on the dive there. 1. All right. Aren't you lucky though?
You're right, because I'm a halfling.
Why did I give that to you? That was.
Not much better.
That was marginally better.
Dexterity, just a 6 though.
Okay, just a 6?
It's a 6.
All right, yeah, you're gonna take it. So you're gonna take about you're gonna take a bunch of claw damage.
Sure.
So you watch as you're carrying Siddhartha, you feel as several talons dive into your shoulder, taking 9 damage.
No, was that you or the? No, it wasn't you.
Make sure the baby John is not being affected.
But then they lift up and come around and they see the jumping flea, Babette.
Hello, I'm a French paladin. Hey, hey.
As they make their pass towards you, and both hello world, both Aurum and Siddhartha are making their dash, and they get about 25 feet to the main gate before you notice a lumbering, gigantic form, like one of the lesser demons, but 5 times bigger. He has 3 mouths. As he rumbles out from the back of a pastry cart, you see as it's flown across the side of the room.
No, the pastries.
As the pastries dive through the air, and this greater demon of Ushnooks starts just grabbing pastries and shoving it into its mouth, and then to its other mouth, and then into its third mouth, as its 3 arms descend and start. Okay.
Very effective prop.
Prop DMing.
As it takes a big swipe towards Aurum, Mud, and Siddhartha. Both of you dodge.
Okay. Come on, man.
This is not a good dice.
Not good dexterity. Yeah. Where's my meteorite? 5.
Okay.
Six.
Oh no.
So it swipes, but misses terribly. Actually, because you're both of your. Well, it's actually. I'm sorry. It swipes, and you aren't able to get underneath it, and instead you're thrown back. Remote, you don't take any damage, but it basically knocks you out of the way of your path towards the main temple.
Are we prone
as you're moved
now?
to the side, and you're both prone.
Oh dear.
So
Oh, so sorry that you're prone.
it's gonna take a while to get. And this is the last. So feel free to let's battle this last demon, shall we?
Okay, should
You're
we?
right outside of the Temple of Bisto. So go ahead, Babette. We're gonna keep our same initiatives, by
Oh,
the
we
way.
can keep us having. I would like to cast Bless.
Bless.
I can bless up to 3 creatures of my choice within my range, which is 30 feet. Are they within 30 feet of me?
No, they're more like 100, 150. They made a mad dash of 200 feet.
Okay, so I'll hold this and I will run forward.
Run forward. Okay.
And are there people around me to eat?
There are not people around you to eat. There-
Eat.
Eat?
To eat.
Eat.
To
Eat.
hit?
Hit. Hit.
It?
Jesus Christ. God, you're so uncultured.
No. The biggest threat right now is the greater demon of Ushnooks, who is about 150 feet.
Well, I still have jump, so I can jump 3 times my regular. So can I jump?
Be 90 feet.
So I can jump 90 feet.
Yes.
Oh, I am like Wonder Woman this motherfucker.
Okay, so Wonder
And
Woman,
so,
this
like,
motherfucker. So activating jumping pants and jumping
Activating
Felicia.
jumping pants. Oui, yeah.
All right, so jumping Babette makes a giant leap and lands onto to support both Aurum and Siddhartha as they have fallen in front of the greater demon of Ushnooks, which stands 15 feet with its belching mouths pulling forth crumbs and pastries. So, great. So Babette's in play there. Now, Aurum, you're back up.
All right, I'm going to use my movement to stand again, and I have just going to hit it with Eldritch Blast again,
Right, go for it.
right to its demony nads.
Right into its demony nads.
I rolled a 1, but I get to reroll because I'm a halfling.
Ooh,
That's
this
better.
is much better.
22 for the first, and 15 for the second.
Okay. Great.
Both hits, 1 hit.
How many? What's the total?
Those were both the hits to attack.
What
So
were the numbers? I'm sorry.
One was a 15 and one was a 9.
20.
Maybe 20?
Yes.
They both hit.
Okay, so the first one goes for 11, and the second one goes for 11.
Great. All right. So you watch as the Eldritch Blast lifts over the side of the greater demon, and he howls in rage and pain, and you hear him belch forth inside of the sound, and then you hear him penetrate into your mind, and he goes, "I will bake your bones into a fine pie," and he comes down with another attack. But first, it goes to Siddhartha.
I hope it's a sweet potato pie, is what I say. And then also earlier, I forgot to say this, but because I was asleep. But when we first came across the demon, I was gonna say, to be real cool, sloth meet gluttony, right? Pretty cool. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take off all my armor, and I'm gonna
Not
use.
wearing any armor.
Then I'd be even better.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna use
Wearing robes.
unarmored movement and run up a wall and then do like a wall flip and come down and use my nunchaku, because I'm a monk, to just do a straight melee attack on the demon's head.
All right. That sounds great. Do you want to
Cool.
make an acrobatics check real quick
Yeah, okay.
for that? Just because I want to see how cool it is.
$23.
All right. You succeed, Siddhartha, in your running vertical wall jump, and now make your basic attack against the demon.
25.
Right. You hit.
Of course I did. I'm a level 10 monk. I am Siddhartha Kamenon.
Also, I was corrected by our lovely community, because our community is lovely, that it scales your unarmed attack based on what level you're at. So I believe you're at like a D8 right now.
Cool.
So +6.
Great. I don't think I have one of those.
Here, I will give one to you. I'm not going to throw it to you. I don't want to accidentally hit Sid.
He would strike that right out of the air.
He would be.
Right.
He'd
He would
go,
catch the
"Bing!"
projectile.
It'd be like a spark and everything.
So it's +6?
+6.
12 damage.
All right. So you watch as Siddhartha cracks the nunchuck across the side of the gluttonous greater demon of Ushnukes as it stumbles, as it moves across the floor and almost runs over Babette in its stumble forward, but she manages to jink out of the way.
Oh, it's a new.
Wait, can I have that be a stunning strike? Where
Yeah, if you want to blow a key point for
I
it.
do. I want to blow a key point. I've got
Alright.
so many.
Right.
I'll blow him. So now he's been stunned with my nunchaku. Ah.
So you not only do you crack him across the head, but when he stumbles forward, he crashes onto his face down onto the flat part of the cobblestone floor in front of you, and you can hear as a loud, voluptuous, it erects through the air, and a green puff comes up. I don't know why this is such a graphic god. It's such a gross creatures that I've made for this campaign. We're now moving on to Osmond.
I'm going to turn to Sid as I'm running towards our foe, and I proclaim, in this, I take all the power and everything I've learned from you, and everything you've inspired within me, and I now will take the form of a dire sloth.
Right, so you merge into the form of a dire sloth.
Or, depending on DM's discretion, just a sloth. I have those stats too, but they're not nearly as exciting.
I will, in this few moments we have left in this game, I will allow you to turn into a dire sloth.
Immediately sit and start eating pickles.
You actually just go straight for his Bjorn full of treats.
I attack the Bjorn with my one attack.
Perfect. So that takes your full round, right?
Yes, my full round is turning into a 7-foot tall sloth.
Great. 7-foot tall sloth. Done. The greater demon will take his action, or he'll take his movement to get back up from the stunning strike, and he is going to attempt to. Oops, wrong one. Okay, he's going to attempt to vomit all over everyone in front of him, which is right now you three.
This is awful. Okay.
So everyone make Constitution saves. Well, first of all, if you, so this would
I
be,
get a 1.
so it would actually be a reflex save. My bad. it would initially be a reflex save, and the
Dexterity?
Constitution, dexterity. And then if it hits, then we'll do the Constitution saves.
Okay. We both hit at the 1.
Well, I get to go again.
You both at a 1.
Oh.
Dexterity, I got a 13.
13. Okay, so it hits you, and you still have the 1, so it hits you.
15.
15. Okay, it doesn't hit you, Osmond.
Sloth power.
Both of you now make Constitution saves. You're gonna both take. You're gonna take another 13, both of you.
A 13. I get a 11.
11 for your save, and how about you?
I also got an 11.
You also got an 11?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're both also going to be poisoned. Yeah.
Which means disadvantage on attacks right now. because we're
Disadvantage
so
on attacks.
Inked up, yeah?
Okay.
So you watch as both of them, as the greater demon lifts up from its prone form, and it just as it just wreaks havoc all over in front of you, splashing its bile and inner goo on top of you. While Osmond, you manage to flick out of the way with your sloth-like reflexes.
This is a treatment they do in Hollywood before Oscars.
As they get vomited on.
Yeah. It's good for the skin.
Because for the skin, I get it. So that you can play it like that.
3 days of pustules, and then after that, golden.
We're losing Felicia. Okay. Now we go back to the top. Babette.
Okay, I will lay on hands,
Lay
and
on
I can
hands.
cure multiple diseases and neutralize multiple poisons with a single use of lay on hands.
Great.
So, do I need to roll for this, or I can just roll for my pool?
You could just pop it at this point.
I'm gonna pop it and cure both of us.
Okay. So you're gonna cure both of you. I think you only do one target.
It says you can single use neutralize multiple poisons on one person.
Right.
Okay.
So who would you like to do it on?
I will. I don't want to touch him, so I will
Do it on yourself?
cure myself, of
Okay.
course.
So you lay on hands. You feel the waft of poison that is penetrated you just flush out of your system.
And I just rub what I've got. Just
Rubs
rub
it.
in.
Aurum,
Yes.
your turn.
All right, I'm on death's door, so I'm just gonna release the
probably
last what I got.
probably
I'm gonna
should've cured you.
You probably should have, but shoulda, coulda, woulda, honey. I'm gonna release Witch Bolt.
Witch bolt. Okay.
At least I'm not poisoned.
Oh wait, I think Witch Bolt. God, this is I don't ever play magic users. I think there's no range. Oh, make a range. Yeah, okay, range attack. So 6 plus this is 12.
Okay. 12.
Yeah.
All right. 12 is not gonna hit. I'm sorry.
Skews off into the sky. I curse a little bit to myself, and then just sit down on the ground. Yeah.
More.
It hurts so bad. Okay, then it goes to Siddhartha.
I'll just do a regular attack.
Okay.
Just a straight attack.
Siddhartha.
But I'll attack twice because I can if I want.
Go for it.
Great.
Roll twice.
24.
And your second one?
16.
They both hit.
Cool.
All right, roll damage.
8.
For your second one? 8 plus 6 is 14.
9.
Plus 6 is 15. 14 and 15 is 29. Tell me how you take it down. Tell me how you take down the greater demon.
I
What?
visualize him as a giant slice of sweet potato. Covered in honey or something, right? Is that what it is? Covered in honey. Oh man, so good. And I close my eyes and I visualize a monk-like attack. I'm level 10, I'm super powerful, I'm real cool, and before I know it, I just use my claws and he's taken out.
All right. So you watch as the creature, the Cronut, the greater demon of Ushnooks, has been sliced apart, and it dissembles into a pile of goo as it... And the overwhelming power of the glorious, nutritious, sweet potato-y energy that you are bestowing upon this greater demon
Yes.
erupts it. And it lays before you as the continuing sounds of battle are still emanating, and the urgency and the temple await you in front. So you've defeated the greater demon.
And I say, in the name of Hibisca, you are one with the universe. And then I'm also going to use unarmored movement again, which doubles my jump. No, wait. Step of the wind. Cool. I'll use Step of the Wind.
Right.
Makes it so that my jump distance is doubled for my turn.
Great.
So then I'm just going to jump into the temple and say, bye.
So that would make sense because you needed to get to the bell tower in order to ring the bell and ascend.
Oh, really? I have to
So-
run up a vertical surface? No problem.
So, Siddhartha, why don't you describe to me how you get to the bell tower using your amazing sloth-like abilities?
I turn back to my friends, my dear friends that I've made on this short but sweet quest, and also Matt, who's standing by. And I look at them all, and I smile, and I stick my claw out, and I wave, and a little tear comes down out of my eye, and I say, I'll miss you guys, bye. And then I run up a vertical surface like a badass motherfucker, and then jump into the bell tower.
All right. So, as you reach the bell tower, you reach out slowly with your three-toed grasp and clutch the bell rope and pull. And as the bell tolls, it brings a silence to the city and a moment of breathlessness. As rarely has any mortal man seen such a holy ascension. And slowly you watch as Siddhartha is lifted, floating into the air above the great temple of Bisto, and his robes disappear. But instead of seeing the naked body that is under him, instead it is a silhouette of fluttering, silvery light as it shimmers around him. And the silhouette begins to morph and grow and become colored until it reappears into the body of a much larger, grand, colossal sized Siddhartha. And indeed, he's actually grown 50 times larger and grasps effortlessly upon the bell tower's top. The silence continues to lengthen as all eyes gaze upon the colossal-sized Sid as he looks up into the heavens as a single ray of light shines upon his ever-smiling mouth, nose, and eyes as he speaks a single word.
Sweet potato.
And a sonic boom erupts around the entire energy, emanating through him around and flooding the city and the forest with energy. Creatures all around the city and the outlying forest shriek, yeah! And suddenly are turned to dust. And the party feels fully energized, confident, happy, and fulfilled. As all traces of the beast disappear completely and the damage to the city has been miraculously restored, bringing the castle and the town back into a clean and untouched state, sadly to Mud and to your disbelief.
Oh my
Sorry.
goodness.
You're completely clean now.
My sweet potatoes, they are carved into flowers now.
Lotus.
They're all lotuses. And that, my friend, is how our heroes saved the city of Hibiscus under the guise of Siddhartha, who now has ascended to the heavens of Bisto and is no longer part of this mortal realm, but now gazes upon the world and everyone as they eat their sweet potato lotuses. Thank you. Yay! So, quick reminder, guys, if you would like a version of the Sloth and Sundry t-shirt, every single one of these t-shirts provides $1 to the Wildlife Learning Center, which is where Sid comes from. And thank you, Matt, for bringing Sid with us to join us in the game. And
Big thanks to Matt for feeding.
yeah, seriously, man. We hope you enjoyed the game, and thanks, Hector, for being Sid. But make sure to tune in next week for more great stuff, and maybe 17K, something else great will happen, but who knows? This was 16K and a sloth. Thank you, guys.
Yay!
Well done to all of our players. We'll see you later.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
What's up, nerds? It's Hector. I just provided the voice of Sid the Sloth, visiting from the Wildlife Learning Center with his handler slash best friend, BFF, Matt. Matt, thanks so much for being here again, man. That was awesome.
No pleasure, Hector. Like, that was an amazing, a great time. I think Sid had a great time. I loved just watching that happen. I was cracking up at Dire
We
Storm.
just got at least a human to want to play D&D now, because as soon as it was done, he turned me and he goes, "Is that it?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "That was fucking awesome." That's what Matt said. So good job, Internet. I'm holding you right now in my hands, Internet. This is a quick Q&A for Matt, for Sid the Sloth. If you guys have any questions that are preferably sloth-related, Idalon says, "Yay, Matt." Okay, great. Oh, boy. Oh, my gosh. Oh, love it. Becky Jones says 301 says, "Oh, I love it. Woo.
Perfect.
Dire Sloth, I'm in." That was great. That was a favorite moment of yours, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cool. They're loving that you want to try to. Okay, yeah. There's a little bit of a delay, so they're loving that you're like, you're gonna play D&D. That's awesome. All right, guys. How old is Sid?
How old is Sid? Sid is about 5 years old now. So he's been with us. He's only been with us for about a month now, hanging out with everybody and all that. And yeah, he just came from Florida not too long ago. So this is his first like big gig.
Wow.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, guys, thank you so much for your questions. They're going by so fast that I'm only catching the question and not the name. Somebody asked, how long do sloths usually live?
How long do sloths usually live? Usually it's about like mid to high 30s. They have a slow metabolism, so their body doesn't use a lot of energy. So they tend to go very long for such a small mammal.
Yeah. How many hours of the day do they sleep?
How many hours a day? Sloths are out cold for about 20 hours a day. So you guys might have seen, he might have taken a couple nap breaks during the game.
Out of a 24-hour day,
Yeah.
they're out for 20 hours.
20 hours
That's
out cold.
amazing. Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, they
Sid,
don't
you're
have
the
much to
best.
do with those 4 hours. They gotta wake up, eat, go back to bed.
Captain Crispy asks, how's Sid's skills with the lady sloths?
Well, so that's kind of where we're at right now. So we have a sloth that's been with us for a while. Her name's Lola. And she actually is not at Wildlife Learning Center right now. She is actually at El Capitan Theater educating people about sloths for Zootopia.
Oh, cool.
So they have not met yet. So we're going to see within the next month when she's almost done. I think she's done next week, actually.
Oh my
And we're
gosh.
going to slowly put them together and see if there's any intimate connection there. We'll see. We'll see. It's
That's
anyone's
amazing.
guess right now.
That is so great. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, that was so funny. Lola, she was a showgirl, says Uberbaldi. Yeah. Are there any sloth sanctuaries in Florida that you know of?
In Florida, honestly, I don't know the name off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's probably not a whole sloth sanctuary. There are sloth sanctuaries down in like Costa Rica and South America just because there's a lot more sloths there. But there's a lot of exotic animal sanctuaries where animals end up there because they were illegal pets or they were being smuggled between countries and stuff.
Yeah.
And they just all get grouped up together in exotic animal sanctuaries.
Okay, gotcha. They're just coming up with so many stories for Sid and Lola right now. They're just
Oh,
writing.
yeah.
They're
That's
just
beautiful.
writing fan fiction.
Paint the picture,
it's great.
please.
What does it eat? What's its usual diet? What's Sid's usual diet?
So in the wild, these guys are basically eating leaves. It's one of the few things that don't run away. It's so for Sid, his diet is mostly sweet potatoes, as you guys saw. He likes cucumbers, squash. He loves pretty much any fruit. He loves hibiscus flowers. And he also gets one hard-boiled egg a day. Ooh. So usually a lot of people think these guys are herbivores, eating just a bunch of plants. But there's been a few scientific accounts of these guys actually raiding birds' nests. One of the few animals that don't run away and they still need some protein. So they'll get an egg every now and then. Sid loves his egg.
He's like Rocky Balboa. He loves his egg in the morning. That's great.
Exactly.
Somebody asked a question, Matt. In case somebody isn't aware, would a sloth make a good pet?
No way. No, these guys are extremely sensitive animals. So sloths are from the tropics down in the rainforest, so they need very specific conditions. They need certain temperatures, certain humidity, certain diet. Now, the two-toed sloth is the only sloth that can live outside of Costa Rica because the three-toed sloth, they only eat leaves that grow on trees that only grow in South America. So you only ever see two-toed sloths because they can eat a little bit more. And yeah, they're really special animals at the same time.
High Voltage 988 asks, do you ever have to worry that Sid might attack you? Do they use their claws for an attack?
Well, they don't use their claws for an attack because as you guys saw, they're a little too slow to swing the claws for anything. They do have really sharp teeth, which most people don't know is that you guys might have seen as Sid was eating, he has 4 canines that grind against each other every time he opens his mouth, and they become sharper. They're self-sharpening teeth. And but he's still too slow to use that. So in the wild, these guys rely entirely on being hidden. So they're not very aggressive animals because any action they make could bring in attention that they can't deal with. Because if it's a jaguar coming up, they don't want to make noise and all that because that's just going to draw in attention.
Absolutely. Second to last question. Matt, how often does a sloth poop?
How often does a sloth poop? So it's about once a week. So
that's so convenient. That's awesome.
Well, it's actually extremely inconvenient for a sloth. So once it's that time of the week, it becomes the sloth's biggest event. So what happens is the sloth climbs down the tree it's in, poops at that one, then they crawl across the ground at 6 feet per minute, and then they move to another tree and move up that one. So it's extremely dangerous because in the wild, sloths are green. They're on the ground, which is brown, so they stick out.
Yeah.
There's nowhere for them to run. So it's extremely dangerous. So everyone always wonders why a sloth would do such a thing. Why would it risk it?
To poop.
Exactly. Well, their poop is very smelly. So if a jaguar were to find that poop, they just look straight up. And they just say, okay, I'll search this tree and find me a free sloth. So the sloths are kind of getting like 2 steps ahead, planting the poop somewhere else and moving on to another tree. So they're a little bit more clever than you think.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And lastly, Matt, first of all, Sid's the best guest we've ever had on this entire network. This is like the most hilarious. He's so funny. He's so cool.
I'm glad. He had a good time. I was very proud of him.
I hope so. That was great. Matt, where can people learn more about sloths or learn more about the Wildlife Learning Center?
The Wildlife Learning Center is over in Sylmar. We do have our website, wildlifelearningcenter.com. You guys can come visit. We do have extra animal experiences where you can come meet Sid. You can go meet a fennec fox, which is a tiny fox this big, extremely adorable.
Also in Zootopia, also adorable. Yeah.
Also in Zootopia. So, yeah, if you guys want to swing by Wildlife Learning Center, we have tons of different experiences. Whatever animal you want to learn about, pretty much, somebody there can tell you something about it.
That's awesome. Well, big thanks again to Matt and Sid for stopping by and for playing D&D with us, which was crazy. He rolled the dice once.
Yeah,
he rolled pretty good.
I saw that. That was
He rolled
impressive.
pretty good. That was great. So, guys, be sure to check out, there it is right there, wildlifelearningcenter.com. Somebody
Exactly.
pull that up.
Perfect.
Thank you very much. Hamissimo. Really appreciate it. We'll be back with some more Gather Your Party stuff in a
Thank
little
you
bit,
all
guys.
for making this happen today for us. We enjoyed coming over and saying hi.
Come on, show them the love, guys. Show them the love. They got to take off, but show them the love. All right, see you guys.
Thanks again.